In the vast expanse of space, the coalition of alien species known as the Galactic Union launched an invasion fleet towards Earth, a planet they perceived as ripe for conquest. However, what they didn't anticipate was the ferocious tenacity of the human race. As the alien armada descended upon Earth, they were met with a resistance beyond their wildest nightmares as the sleek, ominous vessels of the Galactic Union emerged from the void of space. Earth's sensors detected their approach. Panic swept across the planet as news of the impending invasion spread like wildfire. Governments convened emergency meetings, and military forces scrambled to prepare for the onslaught. In the war rooms of nations across the globe, generals and strategists analyzed the alien fleet's capabilities, searching for any weakness they could exploit. But as they studied the advanced technology and overwhelming numbers of the enemy, despair threatened to consume them. It seemed impossible to withstand such a formidable adversary, yet, amidst the chaos and uncertainty, there was a flicker of defiance burning in the hearts of humanity. From the bustling cities to the remote countryside, people from all walks of life refused to cower in the face of impending doom. Instead, they stood tall, ready to defend their home at any cost. As the alien armada entered Earth's atmosphere, the sky became a battleground. Human fighter jets streaked through the air, engaging the enemy in fierce dogfights, their pilots displaying unparalleled skill and bravery. On the ground, soldiers dug trenches and erected barricades, preparing to repel the invaders with whatever means they had at their disposal. But it was not just the military that rose up to confront the alien threat. Civilians armed with nothing but their determination and resourcefulness joined the fight. Doctors and nurses worked tirelessly to treat the wounded, while engineers and scientists scrambled to develop new weapons and technologies to aid in the defense effort. As the first shots were fired and explosions echoed across the landscape, it became clear to both sides that this would be a battle like no other. The Galactic Union may have underestimated humanity's resolve, but they would soon learn that Earth was not a planet to be conquered easily, for the humans, driven by an indomitable spirit, were prepared to fight until their last breath to protect their home. The unyielding defense? Led by the brilliant strategist General Alexander Hayes, humanity's combined forces fought fiercely against the overwhelming odds. From the ground to the depths of space, every human soldier, pilot, and scientist worked tirelessly to repel the invaders. Despite facing advanced alien technology, the humans refused to surrender their home without a fight. General Alexander Hayes stood at the forefront of humanity's defense, a beacon of hope in the midst of chaos. With his keen intellect and unwavering determination, he inspired courage in the hearts of every soldier under his command. From the command centers deep underground to the front lines where the battle raged fiercest, Hayes coordinated the efforts of Earth's defenders with precision and skill. On the ground, human soldiers engaged the enemy in brutal combat, their weapons blazing as they held the line against the alien onslaught. Despite being outmatched in terms of firepower, they fought with a ferocity born of desperation, refusing to retreat even in the face of overwhelming odds. Each soldier knew that their individual actions could mean the difference between victory and defeat, and they fought with a tenacity that belied their humanity. In the skies above, human pilots soared through the air in advanced fighter craft, engaging alien vessels in breathtaking dogfights. Despite the technological superiority of their adversaries, the pilots of Earth's air forces proved themselves to be formidable opponents, executing daring maneuvers and exploiting weaknesses in the enemy's defenses with precision and skill. Meanwhile, in the depths of space, humanity's fleet clashed with the alien armada in epic battles that shook the cosmos. Led by Admiral Sarah Ramirez, the human ships fought tooth and nail against their extraterrestrial foes, their weapons blazing as they traded salvos of laser fire and missile barrages. Despite suffering heavy losses, they refused to yield an inch of space to the invaders, determined to protect Earth at all costs. Back on Earth, scientists and engineers worked tirelessly to develop new technologies and strategies to aid in the defense effort. From improvised weapons crafted from salvaged alien technology to ingenious tactics designed to exploit weaknesses in the enemy's tactics, they spared no effort in their quest to turn the tide of the war in humanity's favor. Led by General Hayes and inspired by the indomitable spirit of their fellow humans, Earth's defenders fought with a ferocity and determination that took the alien invaders by surprise. Despite the overwhelming odds stacked against them, they refused to surrender their home without a fight, determined to prove that humanity's spirit could never be conquered. Unexpected allies. As the conflict raged on, humanity found unexpected allies among the stars. A small faction of alien rebels, disillusioned with the oppressive rule of the Galactic Union, chose to stand alongside the humans in their struggle for freedom. Together they shared knowledge, tactics, and resources, forming an alliance that would tip the scales of the war. Amidst the chaos of war, a beacon of hope emerged from the darkness of space. A transmission, encrypted and cloaked in secrecy, reached Earth's leaders, revealing the existence of a small faction of alien rebels who opposed the tyrannical rule of the Galactic Union. These rebels, long oppressed by their own kind, saw in humanity a kindred spirit, a species unwilling to bend the knee to the oppressive forces that sought to dominate them. General Hayes and his advisors approached the alien rebels with caution, unsure of their intentions. But as they spoke with these beings from distant worlds, they realized that they shared a common enemy and a common goal: freedom from the shackles of tyranny. With mutual trust slowly forged through shared adversity, the alliance between humanity and the alien rebels grew stronger. They exchanged knowledge, sharing tactics and strategies honed through years of resistance against the Galactic Union's forces. The rebels provided invaluable insight into the weaknesses of the alien fleet, while humanity offered their own expertise in guerrilla warfare and unconventional tactics. Together, they pooled their resources, marshaling their combined strength for the battles that lay ahead. Human engineers worked alongside alien technicians to retrofit captured enemy technology, creating weapons and defenses unlike anything the Galactic Union had ever seen. Scientists from both worlds collaborated on research projects, pushing the boundaries of what was thought possible in the fields of space travel and warfare. As the alliance flourished, so too did the bonds of friendship and camaraderie between its members. Despite their differences in appearance and culture, they found common ground in their shared struggle against a common foe. And as they fought side by side on the battlefield, they proved that unity and solidarity were more powerful than any weapon in the Galactic Union's arsenal. With the aid of their newfound allies, humanity's resistance movement grew stronger with each passing day. Together they stood as a shining beacon of defiance against the forces of oppression, determined to show the galaxy that the spirit of freedom could never be extinguished. The tide turns. With the help of their newfound allies, humanity began to turn the tide of the war. Their ingenuity and adaptability allowed them to exploit weaknesses in the alien fleet's defenses, scoring crucial victories against impossible odds. Despite suffering heavy losses, the humans refused to back down, driven by an unyielding determination to protect their home. As the alliance between humanity and the alien rebels grew stronger, so too did their ability to counter the Galactic Union's onslaught. General Hayes, now supported by a network of alien advisors, devised cunning strategies that capitalized on the weaknesses of the alien fleet. Utilizing guerrilla tactics and hit-and-run maneuvers, they struck at the heart of the enemy's supply lines, disrupting their logistics and sowing chaos among their ranks. Humanity's adaptability proved to be their greatest asset in the face of the technologically superior alien forces. Engineers and scientists worked tirelessly to reverse engineer captured enemy technology, developing innovative new weapons and defenses that gave Earth's defenders the edge they so desperately needed. From energy shields capable of deflecting enemy fire to stealth systems that rendered human ships invisible to enemy sensors, each new invention brought them one step closer to victory. With each passing battle, humanity's confidence grew, tempered by the hard-won wisdom gained from their struggles. They learned to anticipate the enemy's tactics, exploiting their predictability to gain the upper hand in engagements that once seemed unwinnable. The once unstoppable juggernaut of the Galactic Union found itself bogged down in a quagmire of resistance, its advance halted by the determined defenders of Earth. But victory came at a cost. The toll of war weighed heavily on humanity as each battle claimed the lives of brave soldiers and civilians alike. Families mourned the loss of loved ones, and cities lay in ruins as a testament to the sacrifices made in defense of freedom. Yet even in the face of such tragedy, the human spirit remained unbroken, fueled by an unyielding determination to protect their home at all costs. As the tide of the war began to turn in humanity's favor, the Galactic Union found itself on the defensive for the first time since the invasion began. Their once unquestioned superiority shattered by the resilience of Earth's defenders, they scrambled to regroup and reassess their strategy. But no matter what they threw at humanity, the humans refused to back down, driven by a determination that could not be extinguished. Victory, once deemed impossible, now seemed within reach, and humanity dared to hope that they might yet emerge triumphant against the forces of darkness that sought to engulf them. Sacrifices made. As the conflict escalated, both sides suffered devastating losses. Brave soldiers and civilians alike made the ultimate sacrifice in defense of Earth, their names etched into history as heroes. Yet even in the face of unimaginable loss, humanity's spirit remained unbroken. Every fallen comrade only fueled their resolve to fight on, no matter the cost. As the war dragged on, the toll on humanity became increasingly apparent. Every skirmish, every battle exacted a heavy price in lives lost and futures shattered. Families mourned the loss of loved ones, their grief echoing across the war-torn landscape. Yet, amidst the despair, there emerged stories of extraordinary bravery and selflessness that served as beacons of hope in humanity's darkest hour. Brave soldiers, both human and alien, charged into the heat of battle without hesitation, knowing full well the risks they faced. Their valor knew no bounds as they stood shoulder to shoulder against the relentless onslaught of the Galactic Union's forces. Many paid the ultimate price, their sacrifices ensuring that others might live to fight another day. But it was not just the soldiers who bore the brunt of the war's brutality. Civilians, too, found themselves thrust into the heart of the conflict, their homes and livelihoods destroyed by the ravages of war. Yet even in the face of unimaginable loss, they refused to surrender to despair. Instead, they banded together, offering support and solace to those in need, their resilience serving as a testament to the indomitable spirit of humanity. As the casualty lists grew longer and the death toll mounted, it would have been easy for humanity to succumb to despair. Yet instead of giving in to hopelessness, they found strength in their shared suffering. Each fallen comrade became a rallying cry, a reminder of the sacrifices made in defense of Earth and all that they held dear. In the face of overwhelming adversity, humanity's spirit remained unbroken. Every loss only served to strengthen their resolve, fueling their determination to fight on, no matter the cost. For they knew that the sacrifices made by so many would not be in vain, and that their struggle would one day lead to victory over the forces of darkness that sought to extinguish the light of freedom. And so, with heavy hearts but unwavering resolve, humanity continued to march forward, their determination unshakable, their spirits unbroken. For they knew that as long as there were those willing to fight and to sacrifice for the cause of freedom, there would always be hope for a better tomorrow. The final stand. As the war reached its climax, both sides prepared for a decisive battle that would determine the fate of the galaxy. With the alien fleet closing in on Earth's last remaining bastion of defense, humanity rallied for one final stand. Led by General Hayes, they unleashed a desperate gambit that would either ensure their survival or lead to their extinction. As the alien fleet closed in on Earth's last bastion of defense, tension hung heavy in the air like a storm about to break. General Alexander Hayes stood at the forefront, his eyes fixed on the approaching armada with a steely determination that belied the gravity of the situation. He knew that this would be humanity's final stand, their last chance to either emerge victorious or be swallowed by the darkness of defeat. With the fate of the galaxy hanging in the balance, humanity's defenders prepared for the battle of their lives. Every soldier, pilot, and scientist stood ready to give their all in defense of their home. The weight of the moment hung heavy on their shoulders, but they refused to yield to despair. Instead, they drew strength from the camaraderie forged in the crucible of war, knowing that they fought not just for themselves, but for all those who had come before them and all those who would come after. As the first shots rang out and the battle erupted in earnest, Earth's defenders met the enemy head-on with a ferocity born of desperation. From the ground to the depths of space, they fought with every ounce of strength and courage they possessed, determined to hold the line against the overwhelming might of the alien armada. General Hayes, his mind sharp as ever, orchestrated the defense with precision and skill, his strategic genius guiding humanity's every move. He knew that victory would not come easily, that sacrifices would need to be made, but he refused to entertain the thought of defeat. With unwavering resolve, he led his troops into battle, inspiring them to push themselves beyond their limits in pursuit of victory. As the battle raged on, the outcome remained uncertain. Both sides fought tooth and nail, neither willing to give an inch in their quest for dominance. But amidst the chaos and destruction, a glimmer of hope began to emerge. Humanity's determination, their refusal to surrender even in the face of impossible odds, began to tip the scales in their favor. And then, in a moment that seemed to stretch for eternity, victory was within reach. With a final decisive push, humanity's defenders broke through the enemy's lines, their triumph echoing across the cosmos. The alien fleet, stunned by the ferocity of their resistance, retreated in disarray. Their dreams of conquest shattered by the indomitable spirit of humanity. As the dust settled and the smoke cleared, Earth's defenders stood victorious, their hearts filled with pride and relief. General Hayes, his eyes shining with emotion, surveyed the battlefield, knowing that their victory had come at a heavy price, but it was a price worth paying, for they had proven that even in the face of insurmountable odds, humanity would never back down, never surrender. And as they began the long process of rebuilding, they did so with a newfound sense of hope, knowing that as long as they stood together, they could overcome any challenge that dared to stand in their way, victory against all odds. In a climactic showdown that shook the very foundations of space, humanity emerged victorious against the odds. Through sheer determination and unbreakable will, they overcame the alien invaders, driving them back into the depths of space. The Galactic Union, stunned by their defeat, retreated in disarray, leaving Earth and its allies to rebuild in the aftermath of war. As the final battle reached its crescendo, the clash between humanity and the Galactic Union sent shock waves rippling throughout the cosmos. In a spectacle that defied imagination, the forces of Earth and their alien allies launched a relentless assault against the invaders, their weapons blazing with a ferocity born of desperation. Against all odds, humanity's indomitable spirit prevailed. Led by General Hayes, they fought with a determination that knew no bounds, refusing to concede defeat even as the enemy's superior numbers threatened to overwhelm them. Every soldier, pilot, and civilian contributed to the effort, their combined efforts culminating in a victory that would echo through the annals of history. The battle raged on for what felt like an eternity, the fate of the galaxy hanging in the balance. But in the end, it was humanity's unwavering resolve that carried them through. With every shot fired, every enemy vessel destroyed, they pushed themselves beyond their limits, fueled by a determination to protect their home at any cost. And then, in a moment that seemed to freeze time itself, victory was theirs. The alien armada, battered and broken, retreated in disarray, their dreams of conquest shattered by the resilience of Earth's defenders. The Galactic Union, stunned by their defeat, could do nothing but lick their wounds and slink back into the depths of space, defeated but not destroyed. As the dust settled and the echoes of battle faded away, Earth's champions surveyed the aftermath of their triumph. Though the scars of war marred the landscape, there was a sense of hope in the air, a belief that even in the darkest of times, humanity could rise above adversity and emerge victorious. With the threat of invasion finally vanquished, Earth and its allies turned their attention to the monumental task of rebuilding. Cities ravaged by war were slowly restored to their former glory, and communities came together to support one another in their time of need. Though the road ahead would be long and fraught with challenges, they faced it with a newfound sense of unity and purpose, knowing that as long as they stood together, they could overcome any obstacle that dared to stand in their way. And so, as the stars twinkled overhead and the galaxy watched on in awe, humanity emerged from the shadows of war stronger and more resilient than ever before. For they had proven that even in the face of insurmountable odds, the human spirit would always prevail. A new era. With the threat of invasion finally vanquished, humanity looked towards the stars with renewed hope and optimism. Their victory served as a beacon of inspiration to all who dared to challenge the forces of tyranny and oppression. As they began to explore the vast reaches of space, they carried with them the lessons learned from their struggle, ensuring that the spirit of resistance would never be extinguished. With the echoes of war fading into memory, humanity stood at the dawn of a new era, one filled with promise and possibility. Their victory over the forces of tyranny had not only secured their own freedom, but had also inspired countless others across the galaxy to rise up against oppression. As Earth's champions ventured out into the vast expanse of space, they did so with a sense of purpose born from their hard-fought victory. They carried with them the lessons learned from their struggle, lessons of resilience, unity, and the unwavering belief in the power of the human spirit. Armed with these principles, they embarked on a journey of exploration and discovery, eager to uncover the mysteries of the cosmos and forge new alliances with species who shared their commitment to freedom and justice. But even as they looked towards the stars, humanity remained vigilant, knowing that the threat of tyranny still loomed on the horizon. They understood that their victory was not the end of their struggle, but merely the beginning of a new chapter in their ongoing quest for peace and prosperity. And so, they worked tirelessly to strengthen their defenses, forging alliances with other free worlds and bolstering their military capabilities to ensure that they would never again be caught off guard by those who sought to oppress them. But they also extended a hand of friendship to those who had once been their enemies, offering forgiveness and reconciliation in the hopes of building a brighter future for all. As they ventured forth into the unknown, humanity carried with them the spirit of resistance, a spirit that had been forged in the fires of war and tempered by the trials of adversity. They knew that the path ahead would not be easy, but they faced it with courage and determination, secure in the knowledge that as long as they stood united, they could overcome any challenge that lay in their path. And so, with hearts full of hope and minds ablaze with possibility, humanity set out to conquer the stars, secure in the knowledge that their victory over the forces of tyranny had not only liberated their own world, but had also sparked a revolution that would echo across the galaxy for generations to come.